Nearly 3 years after his tragic shooting in Atlanta, the name Devin Daquan Bennett, aka King Von, still echoes through the streets of hip-hop. Even in 2023, his music is being posthumously released, and his name keeps popping up in headlines, not just for the art, but for the dark legend attached to it. See, Von wasn't just another rapper. To many, he was a street figure turned star, but to others, especially those who knew his past, Von was terrifying. He was connected to a string of murders tied deep into Chicago's gang wars, and was even branded a serial killer by some. So what made fellow rappers scared of King Von? They say you're the average of the 5 people you hang around. Well, Von's 5. They were known killers. His closest friend, James Johnson, better known as T-Roy, was a 5'1" enforcer from O-Block who gained legendary status after his death. Chief Keef mentioned T-Roy in multiple tracks, fueling rumors that T-Roy was his personal shooter. Lines like, "T-Roy grabbed my strap, he gon' blast for no reason," and "T-Roy got a gun that's bigger than him," only made the legend bigger. Von's crew weren't just names in songs, they were living nightmares in the streets. Artists like Boss Top and T Capone praised T-Roy as a fearless savage. According to Capone,
Troy is one of those, like, he one of them type of, he wake up, eat, sleep, shit, this drill. You know, it's probably a little nigga syndrome. You growing up and shit. Everybody thinking you 10 years old. Probably got to a point where you was tired of thinking because he little as check. T-Roy, you ain't gotta be scared of him if you one of the guys, you know what I'm saying? But if you on that other side, you should be terrified of him. Like terrified of him, like, and for good reason.
T-Roy didn't start off cold. According to former O-Block member J Hood, everything changed after he witnessed the death of his idol, O.D. Perry. On August 10th, 2011, O.D. was shot near 64th and King Drive. T-Roy held him as he bled out. O.D.'s last words? "They got me, bro." That moment reportedly snapped something inside him. He was never the same. Before that, he carried a gun out of peer pressure, but after that night, revenge became his purpose. And Von? He followed in those footsteps. T-Roy's name spread after he allegedly slid on rivals like Lil Doc and Boss Trell. Lil Doc was fresh out of prison, trying to start over, shot while grabbing a drink. Boss Trell was planning to escape the city. Days before he left for Iowa, he was set up and killed. Twitter lit up with mocking tweets from his enemies. T-Roy was fearless, and Von carried that same energy. Von once tweeted, "Memphis run up on me, I'm shooting." Von's ties to O-Block, a set of the Black Disciples, made him untouchable. When he blew up, he didn't leave them behind, he fed them. He bought custom O-Block chains for his homies and used them as security. His former manager, 100K Track, said he trusted Von's guys more than professional teams. Some would go on to face life sentences, possibly because of Von. The FBG Duck murder is one of the highest profile hits tied to the O-Block crew. Quando Rondo was largely blamed for Von's death. His affiliate, Lul Tim, pulled the trigger, but Quando's interviews and diss tracks escalated the tension. In November 2022, Quando's entourage was ambushed in LA. He survived. Lil Pub didn't. No one from O-Block claimed it. But the streets, they called it retaliation. Was Von a product of his environment, or did he truly enjoy the violence? After his death, more stories surfaced. The feds tied Von to at least 3 murders: Alexander Weatherspoon, K.I., Gakira Barnes, FBG Duck. K.I. was a teenage girl, known shooter, and allegedly the killer of O.D. Perry. She trolled Von for years. Von flirted online, then allegedly plotted her death. In 2023, unsealed police reports and interviews confirmed Von likely pulled the trigger. The FBG Duck hit shocked Chicago. 5 O-Block members were arrested. Rumors claimed a $50,000 bounty was placed, then upped to $100,000. Internet detectives linked the reward and the O-Block chains to King Von. Weatherspoon was shot and robbed for $30,000. Von and Lil Durk were charged. Charges were dropped after Von's death. Von wasn't just a shooter, he could fight. In jail or on the street, if there was beef, he handled it personally. Footage shows Von slipping out of handcuffs to fight an oppo. The night he died, November 6th, 2020, he heard Quando Rondo was nearby. Instead of going home, he pulled up to Monaco Hookah Lounge. Security didn't even have time. Von ran up and started swinging. Seconds later, Lul Tim shot him. He died in surgery hours later. Even in death, Von's name carried weight. Rappers who dissed him, like FBG Cash, ended up targeted. Cash was gunned down after mocking Von's mural. The streets pointed fingers at O-Block. Whether you see him as a product of trauma or a stone-cold killer, one thing is clear: King Von made people fear him. And in a world where respect often comes with bloodshed, he earned that fear the hard way. Even now, years after his death, his name still shakes the culture. But here's the reality: King Von didn't just leave behind music, he left behind a reputation, one built on loyalty, violence, and fear. To some, he was a hero, to others, a monster. But whether you loved him or feared him, you couldn't ignore him. And maybe that's the legacy Von wanted all along, because in the world he came from, being remembered is rarer than being alive. If you made it this far, salute, drop a like. If you learned something new, comment your thoughts. Was King Von feared for good reason, or was he just a product of his environment? And if you want more deep dives like this one, make sure to subscribe. We've got more coming. Rest in peace to King Von. His legacy, complicated but unforgettable.
Goals I got for 2021. I'm trying to, everybody goes, go up to another notch. I done touch bases with like the family shit. Now I'm trying to help the community. Now I'm trying to get places like this about little daycares and shit. Just anything to generate money and make the community better and shit. Now I got a lot of friends, now my auntie next in line, now you see what I'm saying? And then my friends, and and I got kids now. You see what I'm saying? So it never stopped. Like the giving it and help it don't stop. You just gotta keep getting more money. As long as you got money, it ain't gonna be no problem. You see what I'm saying? I just gotta keep having money.